This is it. I have found it. I am in hell.
Morning, Ouiser.
Don't try to get on my good side. I no longer have one.
You're a little early. You're not expected till 11ish.
That's precisely why I'm here. I have to cancel. I have to take my poor dog to the vet before he has a nervous breakdown. My dog, I mean. The vet is perfectly healthy. You must be the new girl.
Hi.
May I have a glass of water? I have been screaming all morning.
I'm sorry this whole thing's gotten out of hand, Ouiser.
It's not your fault, Milan. I used to think you were crazy for marrying that man. Then I thought for a few years that you were just a glutton for punishment. Now I realize you must be on some mission from God. I have not slept in days. I look like a dog's dinner. However, when I got up this morning, I decided I would try to rise above it. I would start anew. Whatever that man had done, I would overlook it in honor of your wedding day, Shelby. I thought I would make myself a little presentable and floss up the house in case somebody wanted to drop in, it being a big day in the neighborhood and all. So I go out to cut some fresh flowers for the living room. I go down to my magnolia tree, and there is not a bloom on it.
Ouiser, the judge has not decided whose tree that is exactly.
It's mine. Be that as it may, it would not be too much for me to ask to have one blossom to brighten my home. I am all alone except for my poor dog.
You need something in your life besides that dumb animal.
Put a lid on it, Clairee. I was standing there looking at my naked magnolia when I saw Drum across the way, loading what appeared to be a cannon. I asked him, what happened to all the magnolia blossoms? He said the wind probably blew them off during the night. Then I asked him, how did the wind manage to blow them all away off into your pool? Then he fired at me. Is that rude or what?
They're blanks, and Drum would never aim a gun at a lady.
Oh, he's a real gentleman. I bet he takes the dishes out of the sink before he pees in it.
That's uncalled for.
All I know is my poor animal has to be sedated. He has a condition.
Are you sure that's true? Rhett is a very old dog.
I'm simply going on what the vet tells me.
Which vet?
Whitey Black.
That's your first mistake. Whitey Black is a moron. I'm not even sure he has opposable thumbs. Miss Ouiser, Daddy is not trying to drive you crazy. He's just trying to make my reception nice.
But
his heart's in the right place.
He cannot do this to my dog. My dog is on his last legs. What am I going to do with the poor animal?
I've got a lot of good recipes here.
Darling, whatever your name is, would you look out the window and check on my dog while I smack Clairee in her smart mouth? You may not believe this, but these are the dearest friends I have in this town. Clairee, how many tomatoes do you want? Tomatoes have no calories and they're chock full of things.
Ouiser, you're almost chipper today. Why are you in such a good mood? Did you run over a small child or something?
Do you or do you not want the tomatoes?
Don't give me all of them.
Somebody's got to take them. I hate them. I try not to eat healthy food if I can help it. The sooner this body wears out, the better off I'll be. I have trouble getting enough grease into my diet.
And why do you grow them?
I am an old Southern woman. We're supposed to put on funny-looking hats and ugly old dresses and grow vegetables in the dirt. Don't ask me why. I don't make the rules.
Miss Ouiser, why don't you go to Monroe with Miss Clairee?
I'm not exposing myself to anything.
You should broaden your horizons.
You broaden your horizons your way. I'll broaden my horizons mine. Besides, I have plans next Friday. I'm going to Shreveport to get my colors done.
Your what?
I'm getting my colors done. I'm going to find out if I'm a summer or spring or fall or winter. It's a present from Owen.
What are you talking about?
Every person has a particular coloring, summer, spring, so on. You determine what season you are, then you know what colors look best on you. Then you're given samples of the colors that are in your palette. It's most helpful when you shop for clothes. It gives you fashion courage.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
It's all the rage.
A lot of my friends in Monroe have had it done. There's a quiz in that very topic in the family circle right over there. I'm the epitome of winter.
Why don't you have it done, Shelby? You're so fashion conscious.
No, I'm scared to. I might find out that pink is not in my palette, and I'm not sure if I could live with that. I've heard it all. Well, I'm going to the theater. I'm going to support the arts in our area.
I'll write a check. I will support art. I just don't want to see it.
It wouldn't hairlip you, you know.
Let's get one thing straight. I don't see plays because I can nap at home. I don't see movies because they're all trash and full of naked people. And I don't read books because if they're any good, they'll be turned into a miniseries. Knock, knock.
Morning, Clairee.
Morning, Truvy.
I tried to call you and tell you I was running late. No answer.
I've been at the football field. I've been up since the crack of dawn.
Annelle, I want you to meet the former First Lady of Chickapin, Mrs. Belcher. Clairee, this is Annelle. She's taking Judy's place. Pleased to meet you.
I'm a little embarrassed. Had I known I was meeting new people, I would have taken more pride in my appearance. I have been at the dedication of the new football field. I am not always this windblown.
Annelle, they named the stadium after her late husband, Lloyd Belcher Memorial Coliseum. The team has voted her all sorts of special titles.
I have the pom-poms to prove it. What's your name, dear?
Oh, my married name's Dupuy.
I don't know any Dupuis.
I just moved here. I'm originally from Swally.
That explains it. Truvy, I brought you those recipes.
Clairee, the reason I called is, do you mind if I do Shelby first?
Oh, that's fine. I'll amuse myself. Shelby's the most important one today. Oh, that man, I Swanee. I think the situation is worse than ever.
No, we're going to need more towels. They're stacked up next to the washing machine.
Sweet girl. Where'd you find her?
She heard I had a position open and she just walked in. I think there's a story here.
What makes you say that?
For starter, she's married, but she lives at Ruth Robeline's. Alone.
I'd get to the bottom of this if I were you. You have some very nice silverware you'd like to keep.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. She's very nice. I just love the idea of hiring someone with a past.
She can't be more than 18. She hasn't had time to have a past. Here they are. I'm so fat I couldn't feel them.
The recipes. Let me see. This sounds delicious.
It is. And the biscuit makes it so simple. And this is from my daughter-in-law. She says you can't attend a function in Tickfall where this isn't served.
Yum. Now, are these chocolate chips semi-sweet or milk?
Milk.
Is the carrier of syrup light or dark?
Matter of taste.
What's that other one you were telling me about? Cuppa.
Oh, that's so easy. You don't have to write it down. A cup of flour, cup of sugar, cup of fruit cocktail with juice. Mix it up and bake it at 350 till gold and bubbly.
Sounds awfully rich.
It is. So I serve it over ice cream to cut the sweetness. Give me some paper. I'll copy them down for you. Reach out to Ouiser and you'll pull back a bloody stump. Oh, Shelby, I just realized you'll save me a phone call. Next Friday, Sis Orell and I are coming up to Monroe, and we'd like to take you and Jackson out to dinner.
I can't Friday night. I'm sorry. What's the occasion?
It's going to sound a little silly, but we're coming up to go to the little theater. We're going to see a play.
I didn't know you went to see anything that didn't have goalposts at either end.
Up to now, I haven't. But Sis and I decided at Bridge one day that we needed to keep up. We wanted to expose ourselves to a little more culture, and that's not easy to come by in this neck of the woods.
Exactly what are you exposing yourself to?
I don't know. Something. Last thing we saw there was pretty good. It was Shakespeare. I was a little apprehensive at first, but you know what? When you get right down to it, he writes pretty straightforward stuff. I have to admit that when they hide behind curtains and put little masks over their faces to fool people, that got kind of silly. Sis fell for it, but I didn't.